Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create that that circular image. It's actually called a masked image, and without using Photoshop or InDesign or any other tools. You can actually do it in another program called Pages, which is like Word for Apple. And let me show you how to do that, because it's not, even though iBooks Author and Pages and Keynote for that matter are very similar programs in terms of their functionality, for some reason they didn't include the masked objects ability in iBooks Author. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do that in Pages. So what you would do is, let's say you have that, we have that figs picture and we don't want it to be square. What you would do is you go up to Format, Mask with Shape, and you can choose from anything you want. There's rectangle, rounded rectangle, oval, triangle, right triangle, arrow. I mean, there's just tons of things that you choose from. Like, I think that's interesting. That's kind of cool. You can edit that. You can expand it. You can move it around on the page. You can move the picture around in the background. You can even edit, make the picture larger or smaller with this mask. And then once you've got it the way that you want it, go ahead and click off, and there you go. That's all you needed to do. Now, an even easier way to do it. Now, literally, okay, I guess I should show you this. Command copy. Take that image and throw it in here, and there you go. There you have it. And you can still do the same stuff here too. Let's say you weren't sure exactly what size you wanted. You can make that bigger. You can make the picture. You can do all that stuff in here as well. So don't feel like you have to have it exactly right. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because notice if you go up to Format here in iBooks Author, that is not an option. So this is just how this is just an easy way for you guys to kind of use those tools between programs. An even easier way that I was going to show you, let's just go ahead and delete that, is let's go back to our Pages document. If you know that a Pages template, there's quite a few options if you have that program, has an image that's already masked for you in that object, all you have to do is go ahead and select it, Command copy that. I just happen to know this one had a circle in it. Go back to your template, and you can do that here as well. So basically what that means is that a lot of images and graphics can be used in either program, which is very, very convenient and handy for anybody who's designing anything in either one. So, okay, so we don't want that image. All you have to do is drag. This is a great part about iBooks Author. Drag that image in there, and there we go. We have exactly what we wanted. But notice I wasn't really thinking about it. There's actually a green circle behind it that I wanted to do. Go ahead, and it's the same thing that we kind of did earlier, except for instead of choosing a square, we're going to choose a circle. If you hold down the Shift key in the corner, it will increase in size proportionally so that you have a perfect circle. Otherwise, it will become an oval or whatever kind of other circle that you want. Again, we're going to go back up to here, color fill, select that color, go down here and grab that. Okay, so I have it on top. I don't want that. Go ahead, go to the back, send to back, arrange, send to back. Oops. All right, so it went all the way to the back, so I don't want to do that. So I say, instead of bring to front, I say bring forward, and you just do that a couple times until you see it exactly where you want. Of course, I have quite a few layers, so yeah, so that's a little bit bigger than I want it to be. That's about right. Perfect. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to add a text. We literally just go up here and go to the text box. This is just a standard kind of text box. Again, one of my favorite things in the world to do is to use a font to kind of spruce things up. It's a really great way to make your design look very professional without doing a lot of work. We want that obviously to be a lot bigger. And I think we're going to have to go with bold. And again, what we want that text to be this green. And we want it to be centered. And there we go. Move that on up here. And those blue lines really are to help you very quickly navigate within that. That means I'm centered on this white background. These objects are centered. And that is obviously centered in the page now. Go ahead and do some more text boxes because we have those recipe areas. I don't remember what, I think it was this text. I'm not really sure that goes, but I think it needs to be a little bit bigger too. Maybe not quite that big. And then that's going to be centered as well. So these are just for those recipe boxes. Literally just copy and paste. Selecting all of them, copying them, and then pasting those. Throwing them down here. Don't really actually want that one. There we go. All right, so what are we missing? Okay, so another awesome little trick to use is you know, small little details kind of help things come out a little bit more. We're gonna go ahead and grab this little element that I just have kind of laying around. I think this is actually also from a Pages document. That's a little bit bigger than we want. So I'm going to shrink that. Get that centered. And then notice how I've got something that looks like two of them. Well, actually, that's exactly what it is. This is just a fun way to kind of change things up a little bit. If you just select that object, copy, paste it, notice how it's the same thing. We're going to go up to this metrics tab, and I'm going to flip it. And then I'm just going to line it up. And now I've created my own new neat little graphic, which is pretty cool. A little bit of trouble selecting it. I know, I need to update my computer, or my software. Ah. All right, and then I just want to copy this. Another interesting trick I'm going to show you is arrange group. It actually makes it one object. Just float that up over here. Try and center it. Shrink it down a little bit. And now we've got just something that looks a little bit, you know, a little, even more, I guess I'd shrink that a little bit more. So it just adds that, you know, that extra little bit of detail. It looks really, really, really neat. So one other thing I'm going to show you guys is how to use shadows. And this is like it's an interesting way to kind of make something kind of pop out a little bit more. Notice how this chapter box kind of looks a little bit flat. Now that's an, you know, there's no judgment there. I happen to like that as well. But sometimes people want things to look a little bit more 3D, and how you achieve that in the real world, as in with design, is through shadows. So how to do that, even though it looks like it's a text, you would think it would be in this text tab. But shadows are actually in that graphic, and you can add shadows to text simply by clicking on the shadow. I happen to have already preset this to what I wanted it to be. And again, you can just kind of see, let me click off of it, how much more depth is there if you unclick it. Either one's fine. It's just, a personal preference. I just thought I'd kind of show you guys some cool ways to add just a little bit extra to your designs. Okay, so now that we're all done here, this does kind of look very similar to our intended response. We're going to go ahead and make sure you do this. This is a very important part. If you click on anywhere on the page, hit Command A, which is going to select everything. You're going to go to this Layout tab, and you're going to click Editable on pages using this layout. And what that does is it makes sure that down here you can actually edit things. Now notice how it had like a little minus sign. The reason for that is actually that one of these objects is grouped, and it won't let you edit grouped objects. So I actually happen to know which one it is. It's this one. Go to Arrange, Ungroup, and then you can click Editable. And then again, when you select Command A, select everything, you'll notice that it's still editable. So then that's our template for the chapter layout. So I'm going to click Apply Changes, and as you can see, it changed everything down here in the book section. And looks like my computer. All right, so what we're going to do here, this is where you do all your editing. So let's say this one you want to be, lunch, and PB and J, or not that should be in a recipe book, but maybe it's a really awesome PB&J, grilled cheese, whatever you want. So this is where you do all your editing. And now you'll see when you want to add another chapter, like let's say we want to add another chapter, we go up to this pages, and instead of that weird spacecrafty looking thing, we have this. So when I add a new chapter, all I have to do is edit it. And then everything is pretty simple from here. Like, so if I were doing a cookbook, for example, and these were chapter tables, maybe I wanted them to be different colors. So I could change this object down here to I don't know, orange, and then I can change all this to that color as well. But see how much quicker it is than actually going back and recreating each layout. We could title this Snacks. And it just makes your life a lot easier. So obviously I would go through each layout up here and modify it the way that I wanted so that I could use it down here. I'd go do the same with sections and section text. And it just makes your life a whole lot easier. So like I said, there's a coupon at the end of this video. If you want, I hope this video was helpful. If you don't want to do any of your editing, we do have some professionally designed templates over at iBooksAuthorTemplates.com. And if you use the coupon code VIDEO10, that's VIDEO 10, you'll get 10% off of any template on the site. So I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, always feel free to contact us. We love designing templates, and we're really passionate about design. And hopefully we'll have some more tutorials for you very shortly. You can check out our blog where there's a lot of design tips as well. All right, take care.